Um, all right, people, what is up for you guys watching over at YouTube? I'm going to be doing a ARC V Core Booster Set tier list. We have, what, 12 sets here? Let's count just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I know Duel Monsters, I think, has like 13 or 14. So that's why I had to count. But, Belza went live? Yeah, baby. We are live watching, or not watching, we are live doing our tier list on the ARC V Core Booster Set. So, I know Duelist Alliance is the first set, and then we have New Challengers, and then Secrets of Eternity, Cross Souls, then I think Clash of Rebellions, and then Dimension of Chaos, then Breaker of Shadows, and then 2016 Shining Victories, then The Dark Illusion, Invasion of Vengeance, and then the last two sets is the Raging Tempest and the Maximum Crisis. So we're going to be starting off with Duelist Alliance. This is already like an S tier set. Everybody knows Duelist Alliance, which starts in August of 2014. I'm pretty sure it's August 23rd. If I had to guess, it's August 23rd. Let's see. It's like 20 something. I know that. All right, let's do Duelist Alliance real quick. Oh no, I'm a fake fan, dude. It's August 15th. Wow, 1 month before my birthday. Exactly 1 month before my birthday. Yeah, Duelist Alliance. It's a really good set. Don't really have to look too far. There's Shaddoll, there's Yang Zings, there's Satala Knights, there's BA, which was a TCG exclusive. There's Artifact Lancia in this set. There's Castell in this set. There's a lot of big things in here. But yeah, you have, my name is pronounced as Sir, as a Lord in Carat, as a value of gold carat. Yeah, I just didn't know how to pronounce your name. But moving on, we're gonna be looking through the set. You also have Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, which is like really decent in the Cleaford archetype that is gonna be in the next set, I believe. You do have the Super Heavy Samurais, which are like kind of meh. Performance Pals is not as good as it is. It's like nowhere near as good as it is in 2016. You have the Melodious archetype, which is like a decent, cool archetype. It's not really that good. Their good support didn't come until way later, and it's this archetype is like mediocre at best. But then you have Satala Knights. Satala Knights was like the kind of like the square or the trio, whatever you want to call it. This is one of the best decks back in 2014, along with Shaddolls, and I think, yeah, Yang Zings were like, it was BA, well, it was Shaddoll, then maybe BA, but like they were kind of the same deck. Some people like played Shaddolls with BA, some people played BA with Shaddolls and stuff like that, so they're kind of like on the same level. And then you had like a month from now, or like 2 months, whenever next challenges came out, you have like Cleaford come into the mix. So yeah, you have Satala Knights, you have Shaddolls, you have Yang Zings, you have more artifacts, which are kind of cool because you have Sanctum. But yeah, Artifact Lance is the big card nowadays because a lot of decks do banish. You have some cool stuff like 9 Volt, Uranus. You have like Resident Insect is like a cool card, but it was just like never used because insects are kind of bad. Recover is like a tuner for Halka Fibrax, but you know, not really. And then 001 is also another card that was used with Hala Fibrax, but like later on. There was like a lot of legacy support for these like cool decks, like Ancients got support, Batteryman. And then you have over here, you have like the White Princess, which is for the Skull Surfing deck. And then Shaddolls, as I said before, is in this set as well. So you just have so many cool cards. You have the Castell, which is like super, super good. Face of the Wild, level 5 is like really good. And Super Quantums, which is like a year from now. There's other support in here. Monarch Stormforth was like a big card, but not until we get the Monarch Structure deck. Satana Nova Alpha, you know, Sinister Shadow games, just more Yang Zing, Satana Knight, and Shaddoll cards. You have some Pendulum cards, which are like decent, but then you have Time Space Chapel. This card was very, very good Not only in like Trap Chicks decks, but you also had like it's just a generic trap that was like really really good. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's non-targeting removal for boss monsters, so that's really really good. And then you have BAs, of course. This is the TCG exclusive, along with the UA monsters, which it was like a decent, you know, it wasn't like rogue deck, but it was like a playable cool deck, especially when you get the newer support with the equip spell and stuff like that. Then you have Felice, which is also really really cool. Yeah, Panzer Dragon, which is really really good for instant fusion. Cloud Castle, which is good currently, or you could say semi-currently with Virtual Worlds. So like this set, it had like 4 playable archetypes. It had so many, I forgot about Miracle Spring, but it had so many like small stuff like Monarch Stormford, Magical Spring. You have the support for these older archetypes. You had like small stuff like 001 that in the future they got better. So like this set was like insane. There's no doubt about it. This is like almost like probably the best set of the RV era. And it's the first set. That's what's so crazy about it. So let's move on to next challengers. Next challengers is, I don't think is that good. Besides like the Cleforts and like Trevor and all that type of stuff. This is pretty new on my mind. I mean, the Zoomer I am, I know a lot of these sets that are not so new. Yeah. New challengers, definitely a good set for. We also had Trampoline in this set, which is also really good with Cleforts. But Cleforts is in this set. I think, yeah. Clefort, Trevor. I'm trying to think of what else in here. The Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon was in here, obviously. That's the cover card of this set. But there's some other small stuff in here I probably not remember. But yeah, you have more Melodious stuff, more Super Heavy Samurai stuff. It's like, man, the decks are not really that good. Oh yeah, Fluffles. Fluffles is a big thing about this set. It was like a cool like deck that never really got to like the top tier levels. It was always like a rogue deck at best. But like, yeah, like you have like Sabers, Bear, Dog, Owl, all of these are good cards for the deck. And then you have the Clefort archetype, which is also just like a really, really powerful deck at the time. You have Apoclefort Towers, which was banned at the time. You have more Satellite monsters, as I said before. You have Trevor, you have Sirius, which a lot of people didn't play Sirius. I really liked this Sirius when I played the deck. You had the Big, I don't know how to say this name, but yeah, these two were not as good. But yeah, you had this Shaddoll monster that was just like kind of mediocre. More Yang Zings, which like Jiao 2 is like really, 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 really good, but when it gets negated, it's kind of like, it's really, really terrible. There's some more stuff like Zaborg, there's Rescue Hamster, that's really good, and like the future with like Electromite. Machina Megaform is like really decent in the Orcus Machina decks now. Denko Sekka is a big card right now. You also have Despots, more Despots in this set, which Despots was like a cool, there's like a lot of cool rogue slash playable decks in the RV era. Despots being one of them. Another one is like Fluffle. So it's really cool to see like these type of decks. They're at least playable. Like a lot of the other, you know, eras, they have like really, really terrible archetypes that just don't do anything. But Despots is one of those archetypes that do something. It's just not enough though. Herald of Ultimateness, you see this in Drytron in the current meta, or I guess, you know, before Ben 10 got limited and Union Carrier got banned. More Fluffles, more Shaddolls. Yeah, First of the Dragons, which was like really hard to out at the time. More Yang Zings, Herald of the Arc-like, Dark Rebellion, XYZ Dragon, Satellite Trevor, which was like big for the Satellite archetype. It was like their best monster. Because Delta Rhodes wasn't enough. Like Trevor is just like crazy good. Especially to like recycle your Call of the Haunted and your Oasis of the Giant, or Oasis of something Dragon, something like that. It's the Monster Reborn for worm monsters. Or just like any monsters, but it just turns the monster into a worm. You have Toy Vendor, which is in here. More Cleforts, more Shaddoll cards. El Shaddoll Fusion, I believe, was on the ban list. It was at 1, which is crazy. Strike of the Monarchs was seen in some current, like kind of semi-current format, which is like True Dracos used to play this 2019 format, some like 2018, 2019. Is there anything else? Fusion Reserve is like a cool card, but just never saw play because it's just too slow. Oh yeah, Oasis of Dragon Souls. This is the monster reborn I was talking about. Solemn Scolding's like super interesting, but Solemn Judgment is just like way better than this card. You have more BAs, which is pretty cool. You have Rubik, Alec, Calcab, Virgil. Fusion Substitute is also a really huge card in 2017 as well. You have Fire Lake, and then you have more UA stuff. The Power Jersey is like the best card in this whole entire archetype, at least for OT King, that is. You have Utopia Beyond, which is like a big card for some decks that can make it. And then like these other stuff that is not really as good. This is actually really hard. I think the set is you have a lot of stuff. You have so many good like cards like Oasis. You have Scolding. What else? What was the other card? You have like Herald. Like you have so many like small stuff that are not really like to a particular archetype. And then you have like the Keyforge, you have more Shaddoll stuff, you have more BA stuff, you have more Ying Zhang, you know, Satellarknight stuff. It's not really as good as the Duelist Alliance set, but I think it's like a S tier set as well. Like, if you really think about it, maybe like a high tier A, but I'm gonna put it in an S tier for now because I think this set brought like staples or like somewhat staples side deck cards, and then you have like Keyforge. You have more to like the tier 1 decks, which is Shaddoll, Satellarknight, you know, all that type of stuff. BA. Then you have some small stuff like, you know, Fluffles is like a decent like rogue deck at best. You have like Yang Zings, which is like rogue. You had just like a lot of other small stuff that was like rogue in here, so that was like pretty cool about this set. Not as big as I said before as Duelist Alliance, but it is very cool. Next one is, I'm pretty sure this is what was it again? What was the next set? I'm trying to think. Oh, Secrets of Eternity, right? That's 2015, right? Secrets of Eternity. Now, I'm pretty sure this is like the worst set of the Arc V era, so I'm not gonna have too high hopes for this. I'm gonna kind of skim through because I don't really know what's in this set. I know, I just don't know. I know Monolith is in this set, I'm pretty sure. But you have Raid Raptors, which are in this set, more super heavyweight Samurais, more Perform Pals, which weren't really good. You have Infernoids. Yeah, Infernoids is in this set, weirdly enough. But Infernoids is not good until like a year later. Kind of a year later. I mean, they do have reasoning and stuff like that, and they do get more support in the future, but they're not really good until like we get like That Grass Looks Greener, which is like in this era. So Monolith, as I said, was in the set, more Keyforge stuff. You have Stealth, which is really good. Skybase is not as good as Towers. You have Regal. I think Regal is the one that lets you boost your attack. So yeah, this was Winda out if like back in the day. So this card was like kind of important in the deck. You have Senjus, which were in the next set as well. It's not the next core set, but it's in the next set, which is the Secret Forces, which is pretty cool. You have the Spiritual Beast, which is also in Secret Forces as well. The Necros card, which is also in Secret Forces. You have some Kokai Mirror stuff. It's not really that good. You have some other cool stuff like Skill Blue Magician, Jin's Ojector, but they're just not really that good. Smartphone's like a decent card, but Morphtronics is just not good. Gigabyte is like really good in, I believe, Perform Ages. But yeah, this is cool. Shout out to GCD, Thunderclap Skywolf. This is a cool card. Never really saw play. It was just like a meme card. Uni Zombies, a really cool card in like a lot of these current zombie builds. Despot 003 is a 1 card like Needle Fiber combo now, so that's pretty cool. Legendary Maju Garzette. This is really cool in the Hieratic Dark Matter deck. Yeah, so like this card was like really important for that, but it only lasted like a week or so, or a weekend, something like that. Necroz the Gungnir is like a cool card, but it wasn't really deserving of the secret rare spot. We do get more Necroz, as I said before, in the Secret Forces set. You have Gem Knights in this set. It wasn't really. I mean, it was playable, but it wasn't that good until like we get the Link monster. Yeah, like this set is not as good as the other two sets. Constellar Diamond was like pretty cool in Satella Knight. Sky Cavalry, definitely a decent card in rank 2 decks. Most likely just Paleozoic Frogs, which is like later on in the era. More Raid Raptor stuff, more, Void stuff, which is under the Infernoid. You have the Necroz stuff. You have the more Monarch cards, which is pretty cool. Dragoonity Divine Lance, which was seen play last year. And even this year, people are playing it with pure Dragoonities. And even in Dragonlink builds right now are playing this card. Wall of Disruption, this is the classic Duel Links card. And then I don't think there's much other. Oh, Blaze Accelerator, Shadow the Pain. I know a lot of people either love or hate him, but yeah. Then we have Farfa. Shout out to Farfa. Shout out to Glasgow Yugioh. Also in this set. Is there anything else in this set? Yeah, not really. There was like Swordsman of Revealing Light was like a cool card, but it's like meh. And then yeah, that's it. This set is like a C tier. I don't think it's like too bad. There's some cool stuff in it, but like yeah, like Infernoids is like pretty cool. You have like Stealth. You have some other small stuff in here, but it wasn't too good. I'm gonna give this a C tier, definitely. It's definitely the lower end of the RV era in terms of power scale. So yeah, next set is another set that's kind of mediocre, but it does have some cool cards in it. I know for sure Cross Souls does have stuff like Ogre, Clear Wings in this set. I'm not too sure what else is in this set. Yeah, I'm just not sure what other stuff is in this set. I at the time I wasn't really playing the game. It's kind of like off and on at this point. But like mainly it's just like this set was irrelevant because like Necroz was just tier 0, tier 1.5, or like tier 1. But yeah. You have Lizard Draw, which is really important for the Performer Power Performage deck. Edge Jump Chain is like a really good card for Fluffle Sheep as well. Some more Ray Raptor cards, which is pretty important, like the Mimicry. It's really good. You have the Zephyr stuff, which is cool for Zephyrs, but Zephyrs didn't really take off in the TCG, but it did in the OCG, kind of like in 2017, something like that, 2016. Yeah, more of the Zephyr cards. Shout out to Killer Jetstorm if he's here, but yeah. Ritual Beast, yeah, more of the Zephyr cards. You have more Inferno cards, which are pretty good. Ghost Ogre, which is like the chase card out of this set if you wasn't trying to play like Infernoids or something like that. Or like Zephyrs, which Zephyrs is not really that good until Maximum Crisis. Fluffle Sheep, or Fright for Sheep, really cool card for the deck. And then, yeah, Ritual Beast, Ulti Gaia Pelio. This card is really good for the Ritual Beast archetype. Clear Wing, which is like another secret rare, but no one really played this card. Chao Feng, which is like a really good card. It's good in Virtual Worlds now, but it was also like a really decent card in the Yang Zing archetype to kind of like be a like semi-floodgate. Ptolemaeus is obviously banned, but it wasn't really used at the time until we got like Infinity and stuff like that. So definitely it's like meh. More Zephyr cards, Zephyr Path, and Zephyr Oracle of Zephyr, which is like pretty decent. Really good cards, but just like in like a mediocre archetype. Void Vanishment was like really good, but not until we get like Void Feast, which is like that card is like insane. Galaxy Cyclone, another chase card, just like a kind of like a replacement for MST, but when we move on into like the future, we'll know like this is not even close to replacing Mystical Space Typhoon as the other card would. Pendulum Rising, this saw play in I think Pendulum Performages as well. Unexpected Die was seen play in it's all play in like Gem Knights, but really it was like seen play in Adamantimators recently. Zephyr Divine Strike, another Zephyr card. Fiend Griefing. It's like a BA card. Lose One Turn was like big in like the Cleaford decks. More trap monsters, which are like pretty decent, but like at the time, like the trap monster rules were like different, so these cards are kind of like bad, but they're even more bad like at the time. Moonmarrow Shield was like it's like a meme card. This is like a meme card. More BA cards, like really good. Dante, obviously, really good. Barbara was like infamous for like ending games. Dragon, just bad, And then more UA stuff and like some small stuff like Powerful Rebirth. Melody of Awakening Dragon. This is really good for when Blue Eyes becomes like somewhat meta. I'm not gonna say somewhat. Harpy Harpist is also really cool as well. But this set is like a C tier. Did it really bring any like cool archetypes? This set is like D tier, to be honest. There's like, this is worse than Secret Eternity, to be honest. Yeah, this is kind of worse, but I'll put it in C tier just because. I kind of want to put it in D tier. I'm gonna put it in D tier, to be honest. I think Secret of Eternity is like a little bit better than Cross Souls, because Cross Souls just doesn't bring anything to the table. To be honest, it brings like a couple of stuff, but it's not that big. So the next set is, I think, a big set. Clash of Rebellions has Cosmos. It has just a bunch of stuff. Like I really can't name all of them, but I know it's like a lot of big stuff in here. Archie and Eccentric, I think, is in here as well. But yeah, some more Pendulum stuff. You have the Zengshi and the Zenki Magician, or Zenkshin and Zenki Magician, which are pretty cool. Jummarilla is really cool for the Magician deck, which is also really cool. More Fluffle stuff. We're seeing DDD stuff, which is pretty cool, but DDDs just never took off in the TCG. And it was already too late when it did take off. Crystal Rose is like decent in like Gym Knights. More Raid Raptor stuff, which is like, it was just another like rogue deck at best. Damage Juggler, Hat Tricker, Trick Clown. These were like really big cards for like clown spam decks. Like Shaddoll really took like abused these cards really, and that's why like Shaddoll's got hit in the ban list pretty much. That's why Constra just got slapped on the ban list. It was pretty much banned. But some more stuff like Blackstone of Legend and Black Metal Dragon. Black Metal Dragon is only seen played now in Dragon Link, and that's because it can search Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Also, we have Link monsters, which just makes this a lot easier to get in the graveyard. Keeper of the Shrine was like seeing play in Dragon Link as well. Luster Pendulum was like a big card for the Pendulum Perform Ages. Any other Pendulum deck, to be honest. Then we have Ignite. Shout out to Slayer, who said this deck was going to be cool until he just... Dude, he thought this deck worked some way, and then it just didn't work out, and it was just like YGO Pro being stupid. But yeah, Ignite's never really took off. It did make Zexal kind of like cool, but at the same time, Zexal is like a toxic card, and that's why it's banned. But for the most part, Ignite's kind of like irrelevant. Rome Mages was like just like a meme deck. Decatron, which is like really big for the Infernoid archetype. Magical Abductor, which is really good for the Endymion archetype right now. Archie Eccentric was like a big card. It was so good to just like scale it, pop a card, then summon back, then pop another like a monster. Like, it was just like super cool. This is one of my favorite Pendulum cards, if not like my favorite Pendulum card of all time. Toon Cyber Dragon was like pretty cool, but it wasn't really that good. Retaliating Sea was like really good for certain decks, and it also searches Maxi at the time, which is a ban right now. Some more DDD stuff, more Gemini stuff. It was kind of meh. Tierra is like big for the Infernoid archetype, especially. Ignister's a big one as well. Odd-Eyes Rebellion Dragon's like kind of cool in like the Odd-Eyes Magician deck. Perform Edge Trapeze Magician was also really big for just like Pendulum decks in general. Um, Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. This is like a meme card, but it was like pretty decent on end boards. Um, Pianissimo or whatever this card, Pianissimo. This card it was used in like Zodiac decks, but like yeah, that's pretty much it. It was like a decent card back then. Ignite Infernobles was crack. Yeah, that's also a good point. Infernobles with Ignites is also really good, but it was not until like currently or like semi currently. Brilliant Fusion, this card's now banned for some weird reason, but this card is definitely crack cocaine. Red Eyes Fusion, which is seeing played now in any Red Eyes deck that's playing Dragoon, or like any deck that's playing Dragoon. Void Imagination, definitely a very solid card as well. Mistaken Arrest is like a really decent card. Wavering Eyes and Chicken Game, these cards were big. This card was banned. This card is banned. These are two crack cards, especially Wavering Eyes was super cracked in like the Pendulum Mirrors. So that was pretty cool. Storming Mirror Force is big. This card was like really good. Balance of the Judgment was like used on some like Chain Burden decks, but that's like a meme card. And then we have Cosmo, which like Cosmo is like really good. We have Cosmo, Farm Girl, Slip Rider. Good Witch it wasn't seeing play, but it's like a decent card. Forerunner, Cosmo Town. We have Kaijus in the set. I forgot about Kaijus. Jesus Christ. We have Dogaran, Kamungus, Waterfront. Any other big cards in here? Tatsunoko is like really cool in like some Mermail decks at the time, or any other water deck. It was like pretty cool. This set is like it's close to S tier. I kind of want to put this in S tier, but it's kind of missing the mark, to be honest. I'm gonna put it in A. You know what? I'm gonna put it in A. It's a really good set, but it's not. It didn't really bring a crazy archetype to the table. It brought Cosmo, but Cosmo gets way better than the next set. So, what set is this? Cross Rebellions. Yeah, Cross Rebellions is an A tier set. Definitely. Next up is Dimension of Chaos. This brung some big stuff. Some big stuff. This is the last set of 2015. It brung Magispectors. It brung more of the Cosmo archetype, which Dark Destroyer was like crack cocaine. It was like so much money. Some more Performate stuff, Performer Pal stuff. There's something else that's big I'm missing. Starving Venom or what is it called? The Red Dragon Archfiend, the Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, which is like really good as well. There's some other small stuff that I'm missing, like more. I think Draco Face-Offs in this set, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. But let's get on to it. So we have more of the Perform Power, Super Heavy, DDD stuff is cool. Fluffle Wings is in this set. Perform Power Plush Fires in this set, which is like big for the Pepe deck. Spirit Kubo, this is like the infamous like classic Duel Links card. Yeah, Vectors in this set. We have Magispectors, which is like a decent rogue deck at the time. It was like really decent, especially in paired with the Magician deck. Karen, which is banned now. This card is like broken. More Ignite stuff, which is like pretty cool. You have Gradles, which is like a meme deck, but it was like a pretty fun deck to play. If you're into that type of stuff. More Fright for stuff, as I said before. Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon was big. You also have Odd Eyes Fusion, which is in this set as well, I believe. It's like a super rare. This card is big for the Magician deck. Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, this is like really good. Rank 8, or not rank 8, level 8. Synchro. You have this is a Duel Links card, but that's pretty cool as well. That's in here. King Kali Yugioh was seeing play in the future, well, somewhat the future, like when we had like Bardish and stuff like that. You can like rank up into this and like stop your opponent from playing entirely, which is like, it's like pretty cool. You have Majester's Paladin. This card is like really good. Shovel Reborn, which is like a really good card. I think Marcelo maybe popularized this card. This card was really good in Zodiac. That's really good. Gateway of Chaos is good for set rotation. Majesty's Pegasus, Storm, and stuff like that for Magispectors. Ignite Reload was like a decent Pendulum card, but it really didn't see that much play. It probably saw playing like Cleave for it, and that's it. Odd Eyes Fusion was like a really good card to get out. Vortex Dragon. More Duel Links cards. Painful Decision is good for the upcoming Metal Foes cards. More DDD stuff, more of the BLS stuff, which is like, it's like meh. More Magic Spectre stuff. Blazing Mirror Force was like pretty cool for some burn decks. Grand Horn of Heaven, which is like really really good for the Performa, the Performa Power Performate deck, which like it was like really really good in combination with the Guiding Ariande. So yeah. And then we have Cosmos stuff, Strawman, Wicked Witch, Dark Destroyer, which is like it was banned at the time or at some time. Gamecill, which is like the best kaiju. I mean, now like Godarla is like the best one because yeah, Tri Brigades, but like Gamecill has been infamously the best Gamecill, pretty much. Then we have more DDD stuff, but like DDDs just never took off, and then like the Ragnarok and stuff like that. But I think this set is like it's like a high A. I won't give it an S tier because it's like missing like a big archetype from here. A big new archetype from here. I guess it's like supporting like older archetypes, like, you know, stuff like that. But it's like a super high A. Almost like an S tier. But not quite. Not quite an S tier. Next set is the Broken set. This set is already S tier. I don't even have to look at the set. Breaker of Shadows. This is the first time we have had only holos in the set. So like every pack has a holo in this set. So that's pretty cool. But this set has Traptrix Rafflesia. This has Cyber Dragon Infinity. This has the Performance Power Pendulum Sorcerer. This has Monkey Board, I believe so. This has so many crazy cards in it. I can't even think of all of the cards that are in this set. But yeah, I just had so many big stuff in here. So let's look at it. Yes, Tuning Magician, which is like a decent card now. Timebreaker, which is kind of cool. Guitar Turtle, Monkey Board was big for the Pepe deck. The Buster Whelp stuff that is seeing play now, like Buster Dragon and Buster Whelp. You have the Master Pendulum, the Draco Slayer. You have Dynamis, which is like it was like a decent rogue deck at some time. More Magic Spectre stuff. You have the Shiranuis, which is like a Duel Links deck, pretty much. Guiding Ariande, which is like really really good for the Pepe deck as well. You have more Despots. You have the Buster Blader Fusion, which is like a really really cancerous card. You have more Speedbird cards. You have Goyo cards. All these are from the anime. Buster Dragon, which is like another card in combination with the Fusion. What else? More Dynamis stuff, more Odd Eye stuff. Twin Twister, which is like big. Kaiju Slumbers in his set. I forgot about that. Kaiju Slumber, Twin Twisters was like, this is like the replacement sort of for Mystical Space Typhoon, which is like big. Dragon's Bind is like a somewhat meme floodgate, but it just never saw play. Quaking Mirror Force, which is like another good Mirror Force in this set. Solemn Strike, which is like big. This set is crap. Forbidden Apocrypha, which was like really good against Zoo. Ultimate Providence is like a decent trap card, but just never saw play. Cosmo Tin Can. You have, oh yeah, Neptibus is in this set too. What the fuck? This set is correct. Dark Eclipser, a Sword Trooper, Cosmojo, Godarla, Jizakiru, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, Pendulum Sorcerer, Fiendish Rhino Warriors in this set. Neptibus, as I said before, Infinity, Rampage. Traps. Oh my god, this S tier set. No doubt about it. Breaker of Shadows is infinitely like S tier. Jesus Christ, I don't know if it's like maybe it's like better than Duelist Alliance. No, Duelist Alliance is just no. You can't beat Duelist Alliance. This set is cracked, but it ain't that cracked. It ain't that crack cocaine. Come on. All right, next one is the Shining Victories. Not as cracked as the other sets. But it is a good set. It has more Cosmo stuff. It has Luna Lights, which is not really that good until 2019. You do have Black Sheep, though, which is really good for Zodiacs. You have Morphages, which like kind of saw play in like Guard Dragon decks, but let's move on. You have the Performant Iodized stuff, which is like really good for the Magician stuff. More Speed Rate stuff, as I said before. You have Lunalights, as I said. Didn't really see play until 2019 with like, you know, Martin and Emerald Bird in the Duelist pack stuff. Dragon Spirit of White, this is big for... Oh yeah, the Blue Eye stuff is in this set, which made this deck like win worlds, I guess. Like this stuff, Protector's like decent, Sage is like really good, Whitestone of Ancients is like really good, Lecter Pendulum is in the set, the Amorphage stuff is in the set, which only Letri and Goliath really saw play. Sloth is like the best one. It saw play in some Metalfoes decks and, you know, Magician decks as well. It was like really good. Digital Bugs is like a meme deck. More Toon stuff. Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries is like a hand trap. This is like really, really good. It's like a really, really cool card. This is one of my favorite hand traps. Really, really cool card. More Lunalight stuff, more Melodious stuff, more Amorphage stuff. Crystal Wing Single Dragon. This card was like big, big, big. This card is really good. Spirit Dragon, really, really good card. Ultimate Falcon is like really good for Awakening Dragon target. More in the future. More Raid Raptor stuff, more Melodious stuff. Pre-preparation of Rites is like a really good card, but no deck really took advantage of it. More Lunalight stuff, more Morphage stuff. Drowning Mirrorfoot is like a cool card, but it was like kind of like the worst one out of the 4 that was in like these core booster sets. Bad Aim was like a Duel Links card. Unwavering Bond was like a really good side deck card. A lot of people forget about this. This card is like really, really good. Cattle Call is like a decent card, but just never saw play. Dark Lady was like a really good card. One of my favorite cards of all time. Dark Planet is like a really good card. More Kaijus are in this set. This card is kind of terrible. Kaiju Files. World Carry Weight Champion. This is like a really good Planet card, but it's like 3 years too late, or it's like 5 years too late. When Planet format was actually a thing. And then we have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. This is like really decent in like Megalith decks currently. And then we have more Blue Eye stuff. So this set is like it's not too good, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna put it in like the B tier. It's not bad. It's like really good. It has really good cards. Doesn't really have a good archetype that came on here. I guess like Blue Eyes, you can count that as like a newer archetype. But yeah, it didn't really bring a new archetype into the woodworks. It did bring a lot of good support for these older decks. Next set is if I had to guess. Oh yeah, Dark Illusion. Dark Illusion brought some cool cards like Cosmic Desires. You have Block Dragon, which is banned at the time. But yeah, 2016. Not that year. We are on Dark Illusion. Yeah, this brought some Dark Magician stuff as well, like Magician Circle, Illusion Mat. Is it something like that? Navigation. Navigation is the card. So Navigation, I think it's called the Dark Illusion. Well, I think the card is called the Dark Illusion as well. Let me see. You have some DDD cards, you have Performance Power cards, Gofu, which is banned. I didn't even know this card came out in this set. Probably just forgot about it. Magician of Dark Illusion, this card is cool in Dark Magician. Magician's Rod is in the set, as said. Metalfoes, this is big, 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 because this deck got a lot of tops, even after its prime. Some True King stuff is in this set. It doesn't get really good until we get the Diagram. Trimids, which is like it's like a meme deck. Shiranui Solitaire, this card is big. Now, Shiranui's wasn't good, but Solitaire was like a really, really good card for zombie decks, especially for the grass decks that are coming up. Block Dragon, this card is fucking broken. Insane card. It was bound to be broken at some time. Oh my god, Snow is in this set? Jesus Christ! Snow is like a broken card. I know a lot of people are saying like Snow can come back. No, this card is broken. No. You don't. If you think Snow can come back, you're either a furry or you just don't know how powerful this card is. And it's one of the two. You're either out of touch or you're a furry. All right, that's all I gotta say about that. But more Metalfoes stuff. You have Coral Dragon, which is like, it's like a decent card, but it just never really saw play until currently with like Needle Fiber stuff or Rodon stuff. Perfume, which is like big for the Lunalite archetype. Besides like Cloudchick. Cloudchick is like the best support that the deck can ever get. But Perfume is like really big for the deck as well. Circle, Illusion Magic, Dark Magic Expansion is like a decent card. Metalfoes Fusion, which is like big, even in outside of the Metalfoes archetype, because you have Foolish Burial Goods that comes out in the not the next set, but the set after the next set, which is like really good. Cosmic Cyclone, which is like a big card. You have Desires, which is good, really good. Magical Midbreaker Field is like a really toxic card, but it's a really good card. Navigation, Metalfoes Counter, Combination. Floodgate Chopco was like a really good card, especially in the hero decks. This card was like so annoying. It was so freaking annoying. Anything else? Pendulum Hole was like a really good side deck card as well. And then you have Subterrors. Oh yeah, Spirals is in this set as well. Spirals don't get good until 2017. So you can't even count this, but it is like, it does get better in the future. And then you have some train stuff. I believe this is OCG imports, but yeah, these cards are good as well for train decks. And then you have the Paleozoics, which are also really good in this set. I think I'm gonna give this an A. I didn't think I was gonna give this set an A, but this set is actually pretty cool. It has Paleozoics, which came out in here. You have Shivanese Solitaire. You have a lot of small stuff in here that was like really good. Like Desires, Cosmic, Metalfoes Fusion, you can count that. Snow was in here, Block Dragon. And then you have like Metalfoes as like the big archetype of the set. Also Paleozoics, which is like it was like the trio of Paleozoics, Metalfoes, and then you have the ABC archetype. So I'm gonna put this in A tier, honestly. It's like a low A tier. It's not like too good, but it is really good if you really think about it. And then with the last three sets, we have Raging Tempest, or not Raging Tempest. We have Invasion of Vengeance, which is like I'm already gonna say it. It's probably an S tier set. It's probably S tier. No doubt about it. Cause you have Alkahest, you have Mithrilium, you have Totally Awesome, you have Dimensional Barrier, which is like a format defining card. You have more Metalfoes support. Like, this set is crap. You have Vermilion Dragon Mech, which is like seeing play now. So yeah, Cardian stuff. You have some Cypher stuff. It's not really that good. More Perform Battle stuff. Yeah, it's just like Crestron stuff, which is like meh. It's not really that good. Chemi Critters, the worst archetype ever. Doki Doki, this saw play in Adamancipators recently. Savaris was like, it's like a decent card. Starving Venom is like a really good card, especially as a super poly target nowadays. Alkahest, Mithrilium, Comic Dragons like in some cheesy FTKs. Quandax is really good for like Crystron combos. Danglong, which is in this set as well. Oh my god, this card is banned. This card is crazy. Crack Cocaine. Totally Awesome is another crack card, but Ptolemides is a really cool card as well. This kind of brought back Satanite somewhat, but not really. It gave it a few regional tops, but really cool. Rank Up Magic launch is really good for the future when we get the PK support. Full Metalfoes Fusion, really good card. Red Eyes Insight, which is used in some Buster Blader Red Eyes decks. What else? Pot of Acquisitiveness is like a meme card. It wasn't really that good. More Crystron stuff, more Cleaforge stuff. 9 Pillars is a really good card for Danglong. D-Bearer, which is like a format defining card. I pulled this card at Sneak Peek, by the way. Really cool card. I also pulled it again. I pulled it twice. As a budget player, I really took advantage of this. But this is a format defining card. Jesus Christ. Vermilion Dragon Match is like a really decent like TCG exclusive. You also have Subterrors, which isn't good until like the new support. Same thing with Spirals. You can't really count that. And then Mare is really good for some Yazi combos with Destrudo. And then you have like the lower end stuff, or not the lower end stuff. This is big Paleozoic stuff. Opabinia was really good. Morella, Dynamiscus was like really good. And then like Lechelia, whatever this card is called. This card is also really decent as a one of. But yeah, this set is big. This is an S tier set, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I also forgot about Rare Bismugear, but yeah, S tier set, no doubt about it. It changed the game. It pretty much brought Metal Foes and Paleos back into the game. It also brought Totally Awesome into the game. It had D-Barrier. It had, you know, some small end stuff. Just an S tier set. Probably better than the new challengers. But yeah, definitely very strong. Raging Tempest is S tier set. Is like the next two sets is S tier. I don't even have to look at them. But let's just look at it. Raging Tempest is a really good set. It obviously brought Zodiacs. It also brought Wind Witches, but like, it doesn't matter. Like, Zodiacs already brings this up to an S tier set. Like, you don't even have to look at the whole set. Zodiacs is a tier 0 deck. Literally, it literally changed the game. It power crept literally all these good decks. We didn't even get a ban list. We didn't even get a ban list. That's so crazy. We were due for a ban list. It was like 6 months of no ban list. Raging Tempest come out. Zodiac power creeps like 10 different decks that are good in the format. 10. That's just crazy crack cocaine. Insane. Don't even have to look. Like Fusion Recycling Plan is a good card. Dragon Caller Magician is like good in the future. Wind Witch stuff. Zodiac is like, you don't even have to look at this set, dude. It's just Zodiac, True King, Lithosagem is like really good. Miscellaneous Saurus is in this set. Jesus Christ. Eater of Millions is good for Grenmaju decks that top in the future. Ben 10's in this set. Like, come on, bruh. This set is insane. More Zodiac stuff. Some small stuff that I'm not really gonna mention. Grass is in this set. I forgot about that. Dude, I talked about it earlier, but oh my god. Grass is in this deck. Jesus, this set is just crazy. This is probably the... Oh my god. Fool's Burial Goods is in this set. Lost Wind is in this set, which is like really good against like in Paleos. You play this card. It is so insane that Paleos won a YCS, and this was the MVP card. I'm pretty sure Corey Roca. Don't want to talk about his backstory, but Lost Wind definitely. I think it was like the MVP card for Corey Roca's YCS win versus like the tier 0 Zodiac deck. Tier 0 combo and others more good Zodiac cards. Full Force Virus is like a cool card. Switcheroo. This card was also seen playing Paleozoic, which is like big brain. Holy shit. Oh, the best card of 2017. This already makes the set S tier. Fucking Sea Monster Odysseus, the best card of all time in 2017, according to Konami. And then we have Spy God Misty. Also, this card was broken. Another fucking meme card. Then you have some more Spiral stuff, some more Subterra stuff. Then some OCG imports. This set is just S tier. Like, this is the best set. Not as good. It's not as good as Duelist Alliance. I mean, it brought I mean, Zodiac's really carried this set, to be honest. But, yeah. Is it better than Breaker of Shadows, though? Huh. No. Fuck no. It brought Zodiacs and Grass. And it... Void of Imagination! I forgot about that! Jesus Christ! Okay, no, it's definitely better than Breaker of Shadows. Definitely. Dude, Arc V has some crazy sets. As shitty as a area this is, and how many tier 0 decks we had in this era, my god, these sets were crazy. And then the last set, dude, my neck is hurting, dude. All this screaming, dude, is insane. Maximum Crisis. This set is insane. It has Ash Blossom. It has Diagram. It has Masterpiece. It has Supreme King Darkworm. The Gate. I guess Zark is in a set. There's also some small stuff. Balbaboon's in a set. Then There's a lot of good cards in this set. Can't really name them all off the top of my head, but yeah, the Predaplant stuff was all really, really good. Lyralus is now seeing play, and it's also getting new support. Supreme King, as I said before, is in the set. True Dracos are in the set. All of these cards, this card was limited. This card is limited. This card is banned. Diagram is also limited. This card is also seeing play in like True King decks. More Zodiac stuff that they didn't already, wasn't broken enough. They just got more cards. Bababoon, Ash Blossom is like a, this card is like, this card is like the most popular card of like all time, like for current format. For the modern era, this is like the Stratos, this is like the Pot of Greed, this is like, these are like the big staple cards like of the modern era. This is like the face of like modern era. So yeah, definitely a cool card. Luna's like a decent card, it's not that good. Cursed Javelin's like a good like rank 2, but it's not that good. Assembly is good for the Zeus combos. True King of all Calamities is in the set. This card is banned. I don't know why they printed this card. This card is broken, busted. It also has a second effect that not really people use, but back in like the True King, you know, dinosaur era, this card was annoying. Also being able to just like pop your opponent's monsters to summon your own True Kings, like, and to summon your True Dracos, like, this card was just crack cocaine. More Zodiac stuff. They didn't really need it. Like they didn't really need these cards, but they were good. Right hand, left hand is like good, and restage is good for like the Endymion deck. Ultra Polymerization on paper seems good, but it's a bad card. I mean, it's a good card, but it's just not that good. Dragonic Diagram. You have Heritage. You have the Disciples. You have this Pacifist deck that got some regional tops, but I like bets it got some regional tops, I'm pretty sure. You have Zephyr Providence was in here, Duelist Alliance was in here, Set Rotation. Oh my god, this set is cracked. More True King stuff, more Zodiac stuff, more Phantasmal stuff, the Buster Blader stuff that is seeing play now. Unending a Nightmare, this is a really good side deck card, which is like, this card was like ending games for against Pendulum decks. Tornado Dragon, which is pretty good. Fiendus, which is really good. Sleeper, Resort for the upcoming Tier 0 deck. This card is a TCG exclusive. These are all, I mean, OCG imports. These are all OCG imports. This card is pretty good, but like Bujin suck. This card is really good for the upcoming Spiral deck. It's gonna be Tier 0 at the time. But Maximum Crisis, another S tier set. Jesus Christ. Wow. Yeah. There's a lot of S tier sets in Arc V. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this list is 100% accurate. In order, Duelist Alliance best set is just the most iconic set as well. Raging Tempest had Zodiac, Tier 0. Before May, like this had, it not only had Zodiacs, but it had Grass, it had Void Feast, it had some smaller stuff like Wind Witch stuff. Like, it's way better than Breaker of Shadows. Breaker of Shadows, it had some good stuff in it, obviously. It had like, you know, Naphthabis, that small stuff. It had like Cosmo stuff, that small stuff. But, dude, you just can't beat like Raging Tempest, to be honest. Like, I think Raging Tempest is better than Breaker of Shadows, to be honest. Because like Zoo is just like, you cannot power creep Zoo. Like, Pendulum is kind of power creep, I guess, because of like Master Rule 5 rules or Master Rule 4. Nerfing Pendulums in general, but Zodiac will never be power creep at all. Never, 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 ever, ever, never. It, like, some of these cards in these sets are never power creep. Grass, Zodiac, Void Feast are all insane cards and will always be insane cards. It just won't change it. Alright, so that is it, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this tier list. You can't argue with this. There's no way. Maybe like the smaller stuff, like maybe New Challengers, like an A tier set. Now that I'm looking at it, maybe it's like a high A tier set, something like this, maybe. Yeah, something like this. something like this. Maybe the new challenge is like right here, but I think this is pretty accurate. Not gonna lie. Maybe Clash of Rebellion is like a little bit better than new challengers, but yeah, this is pretty accurate if I'm being honest. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, or yeah, I guess for you guys watching the video, or if you're watching it live, I guess. Yeah, I've been talking to myself for like a couple of like an hour, but yeah, definitely very solid era. It was a really toxic era because you had like so many tier 0 decks, but it was a really good era for sets because there's only like one D tier set, and it could honestly be in the C tier, but yeah, just one B tier set, one C tier set, one D tier set, and then the rest is like A and S. Crazy set. So yeah, definitely really solid era for